guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my most requested video. I've had so many requests to do this video with the Brazilian butt lift girl. Here she is in person, my sister Amanda. If you haven't watched the Brazilian butt lift video, then I will put a little link in here somewhere so you can go and check that out. Amanda had the Brazilian butt lift plastic surgery done and I documented the day, and since then we've had tons of requests for updates. So, Amanda, why don't you say hello to my viewers?
Hi, YouTube viewers.
Now that you're not in a hospital bed.
Now that I'm not in a hospital bed. It's been a few months, so this video is long overdue.
Definitely. When did you get your Brazilian butt lift? When did you do that?
Ooh, months ago now. I'm not exactly, I can't remember.
It'll be, if you watch the video, whatever date I uploaded it, it will be in and around those days that she got it done. So I absolutely got crucified on that video. That is my most popular video that I have on my channel. It has the most amount of comments and it has the most amount of mean comments that we couldn't believe. Like, we were crucified. So we're gonna talk first about the Brazilian butt lift, and then at the end we're gonna do a little blooper reel where we address some of these really horrendous comments, so you can stay tuned if you want to watch that part. But Amanda's gone on the video and she's gone through some of the comments and the questions that people have that maybe really were seriously thinking about getting the surgery done. So why don't you first start by telling us why you got the Brazilian butt lift? Why did you want to do that?
Okay, well, I mean, why does anybody want to get a Brazilian butt lift? Because you want your butt to be a little bit more round and perky, obviously. So that's why I got it done. So literally what it was a little bit of lipo, fat sucked out of me from other areas and put into my behind.
Very good. So
I feel like we're on the news.
Yeah.
Very good.
One question I know came up a lot was how painful it was. So why don't you talk about the pain?
The pain right after felt like I was on fire. It felt like I was burning. And I remember the doctor told me, he was like, okay, after, when you wake up, it's going to feel as if you were at the gym and you just did a lot of exercise. That is so not true. It hurt a lot. And it was days and days and days before I felt a little bit of relief and comfort.
So how many days until the pain was gone?
I'd say at least a week.
Okay. All right, so what were some of the other questions that you found on there?
Please show us the before and after.
That is, I get a lot, I heard that a lot. You don't have a before and after though, do you?
Well, you could, if you watch the video, which I'm sure you can link down below, of the day I'm getting my surgery, you can kind of see me in a dress before.
But it's a loose maxi dress.
It's a loose maxi dress, but
in all honesty, that was something we didn't really think about, and we should have probably done a really good before and after, but I don't think Amanda was really prepared to put her bum all over YouTube. And also, when I did that video, I had no idea it was going to be so popular, and if I knew it was going to get the results it did, I probably would have documented a little bit better. But the bottom line is I mean, Amanda's not a heavy girl anyway, so she is slim, and I guess she just wanted a little improvement in her bum.
It was just to make me a little bit curvier in the places I wanted to be a little bit curvier. So, I mean, I can stand up and you guys can kind of see my silhouette. I'm in a slightly tighter fitting dress today, so you can at least kind of see the results.
So we'll show, at the end, I'll get her to stand up and we'll do a little profile so you can have a look. But were you happy with the results?
Very happy with the results. It was totally worth it. Very, very happy. Another question that on here that was a lot was, what hospital did you have it done in? Did you have it done in Tijuana? No. I had it done in Puerto Vallarta. I had it done at the hospital called CMQ Premiere, and the doctor's name was Dr. Guerrero. So you can Google him, or maybe we can put a link below for his site or whatever, and anybody that's here or coming here and thinking about getting it done, he's amazing. He was very, very good.
So how much did it cost? Because that was the other thing. I know if you guys are watching from the States and Canada, obviously plastic surgery costs are a lot more than they are in Mexico, but what did you pay? It's going to be in Mexican pesos, but you can figure out with the exchange rate.
I paid the total of 25,000 pesos. That included any blood work that I needed to get done beforehand. It included the hospital stay, everything, 100%. I mean, I don't exactly know what the exchange rate is on that for dollars, but yeah, it was 25,000 pesos. You guys can Google it and figure that out.
The only extras were afterwards. You have to buy. She had to buy like a girdle type fitting.
A faja. They're called fajas
here, but I think they're called like compression garments in English. And it was a full compression garment, and I think that was about 900 pesos.
Yeah.
And then obviously, did you have any medicine that you had to take after that?
I had to take an antibiotic afterwards, and then just like a mild painkiller. Nothing that you can't buy over the counter that wasn't cheap or inexpensive. So. Yeah.
And then I noticed some people were also commenting, how was your sister lying on her bum right after the surgery?
Well, when you awake from surgery, guys, they don't put you on your stomach. You want to wake up in a position where they know you're going to be okay. If you're going to be sick, throw up, or anything like that, you have to be in an upright position when you wake up. So it was normal that I was on my bum. Now, yes, you can't be on your bum for a few weeks afterwards. So I slept on my stomach. When I got home, my comfy position was just piling a whole bunch of pillows up on my bed and laying there. So yeah, it was a bit okay. So yeah, so I had a lot of pillows. I was sleeping on a ton of pillows. I was laying on my stomach a lot. So.
And how many days until you could comfortably lay on your back again?
I didn't lay on my back for 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, I waited till 3 weeks after my surgery to lay on my back, because what they say happens is you want the fat that they've put in your bum, behind whatever, to have enough blood flow so it kind of stays alive and grows with the rest of the fat. If you put too much pressure on it right away, the fat's gonna die and your body's gonna absorb it, and your butt lift will have been a waste at that point.
So then it's really important to follow your surgeon's directions.
Stay off your bum for at least 3 weeks. At least that's what I was told. So.
But when I saw her after, it didn't seem like she was in excruciating pain. She didn't appear to be anyway. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how painful is the recovery? 10 being absolutely unbearable and you'd never put yourself through it again, or 1 being it was a breeze and I'd have it done every 6 months if necessary?
It wasn't a breeze. It was definitely a lot more painful than the doctor said, as going to the gym and feeling that burning feeling after you go to the gym the next day. It was definitely worse than that, but I would say honestly maybe a 6. Would I get it done again if I needed to or wanted to? Yeah, because it wasn't that bad. Another question was, could I go to the bathroom afterwards?
Oh, yeah,
and it's funny that people ask that, and some people might think it's such a silly question, but no, it was very difficult to like try and sit on the toilet, because for the first like 5 days, it was hard to go to the washroom. I mean, if you want some honesty, I took a laxative just so I didn't have to like sit and strain so much, because it was really hard to sit down. I had a lot of lower back pain. I don't know why, but I had a ton of lower back pain that really made it difficult to sit, plus stitches. So I had a stitch. Well, when I stand up and show you, I'll kind of point to everywhere that there was a stitch inside me, but they were very, very little, and I have no scars or marks or anything like that now. So.
Okay, so to wrap it up, before we show her like body, or the best that we're going to be able to show her body today, it wasn't worth it. For those of you, I've read some comments of people that really are struggling with difficulties with that aspect, or for whatever reason they want to get this surgery done. If for the people that are thinking about getting the surgery, Amanda, is it worth it? Would you recommend it?
Absolutely. I would 100% recommend it. Would I recommend paying the prices that they're charging in the States? No, because it's way too expensive. The prices are super inflated, and I mean, it's a good surgery to get done. You're definitely going to see a difference, but get it done. I would get it done cheaper somewhere, but at a reputable hospital. Don't fly to TJ and get it done at a shady hospital just because it's cheaper. Go somewhere good and reputable.
So if you're in the States and you're thinking about getting it done, you can save a lot of money getting it done here in Mexico and obviously have good results. But you were overall happy with your results?
Very much so. Very much so.
Okay. All right. So we're going to stand up, and I'll let you guys see her figure right now. And then if you want, stay tuned, and we're going to go through some of the really horrible, nasty comments. Okay, so Amanda's going to stand up, and I'm going to be able to show you somewhat of her silhouette, although she is dressed, but you can see that's kind of the best after shot that we're going to have, because like I said before, unfortunately, we didn't do before and after shots. And then if you want to stick around for some funny and really hurtful and nasty comments, we're kind of going to do a little like, you know, on Jimmy Kimmel where they do the mean tweets. We're going to read some of these horrific comments that we had, and we're going to respond to them after we show Amanda's physique.
Because you guys were all so nice.
So stay tuned for that. That will be funny. But I'll give you a full body shot of Amanda right now. Okay, so this is Amanda. Weight-wise, she was about the same. Actually, did you lose any weight?
I didn't lose any weight because any fat that they did take from my body got put in my butt.
So no late waist. Okay, let's see sideways, stand sideways, and just lift your arm up so we can see. See, she's got a good figure to begin with. Turn around, and let's see the booty. So she's definitely got a little bit of a booty, but it looks good. She's happy with the results. Honestly, as somebody that watched her get it done, I did notice a difference. I did see that it lifted the bum a little bit. It did get rid of that like saggy look. Not that it was really saggy before, but a little bit. It just looks a little bit more plumper. So there she is.
Stitches, real quick. I'll go through where I got.
Oh yeah, where were the stitches?
That's what I mean.
Yep.
Okay, so I got one stitch there, one stitch there. I got one stitch there on each side, literally like 1 or 2 little stitches, and then I also had one stitch right at the top of my bum, and then one stitch under each bum cheek.
Okay, and they were really little incisions, weren't they?
Super little. You can't see any mark now, so yeah.
Perfect.
So there you go, guys.
Okay, so now that you've seen Amanda, you can see she looks good. She got the plastic surgery. To her, it was worth it. So hopefully that answered your questions. If you have more specific questions, then leave them in the comments below, and I can answer them back, and Amanda will help me respond to the comments if you have something particular. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I was absolutely crucified, and I mean crucified, doing this video. When I did the video, I did it a day in the lifestyle, and I tried to make it a little bit funny and a little bit sarcastic, just to kind of put a little bit of light on the situation. That's my personality. That's how we are together. I was in no way, I have to just address this, I was in no way trying to be mean or rude, or, you know, I'm supportive of her
I'm surprised how many people actually
getting
thought
the
she
plastic
was being
surgery.
but...
I did sing a little rendition of "You're So Vain" that I got absolutely attacked for, and people went on to watch further of my channels and see that I got Botox and that I buy a lot of makeup, and so they were saying, you know, maybe I'm the one that's vain. I mean, they're hilarious, they're hurtful, a little bit funny, but let's go through some of the best ones. Let's go through the top nasty comments.
The top nasty comments. Okay. First, sorry, I'm gonna have to look down and read this. Okay, from Coco Momo, they both should have gotten their teeth fixed first before lipo and Botox. How could you be vain with chompers like that?
Ouch! So to address that, both of us actually are in the middle of going through orthodontic treatment. We were well aware that we didn't have perfectly aesthetically pleasing teeth at the time of the surgery, and it wasn't something that we were prioritizing either way. I actually just got ceramic braces like 2 weeks ago, and Amanda is getting hers in 2 weeks or a week?
1 week. I just had my wisdom teeth taken out for my braces 4 days ago.
So thank you. We're well aware of our nasty chompers, but you know, your observations were much appreciated, and we have took those observations on board. Next nasty comment.
Okay, let's see.
When the video first went up, I deleted a few of the comments because it was like my first video, like I said, that had a lot of views, and some of the comments I didn't know how to take, and I found them really hurtful. But I leave them all up now, and I just think some of them are funny, and it's just, you know, I didn't mean to offend anybody. A lot of people, the nasty comments were, what an unsupportive sister you were, what a bitch you were, things like that, you know, and it wasn't meant to be like that at all, and I don't think that she felt like that at all.
You were really a non-supportive sister. Why is it an unusual day for you to devote it to helping your sister recover from her surgery? That's a good question. Why was it such an unusual day? I
don't usually go to Brazilian butt lift operation days, so it was a little out of the norm, a little unusual for me, but you know, I was being supportive. I was just trying to make a funny.
Okay, just because it is not elective does not make her a vain person. I think you were just jealous. You should reconsider. You should reconsider, Karina.
I should reconsider a lot.
Yeah.
The comment is actually a little bit funny because she says, just because it isn't elective. In fact, it's 100% elective. You know, it wasn't a life-saving procedure. It wasn't necessary. She elected to do it. I don't actually think that she's vain. I think it's important to feel good about yourself. And if you want to get plastic surgery, get plastic surgery. You know, I would get plastic surgery if there was a procedure that I really wanted to do. Clearly, I struggle with a lot of my own issues with weight and my teeth, as you have also kindly mentioned, and things like that. I mean, I don't think she was vain. I was just teasing. I was joking around with her. All right, do we have any other whoppers, some good ones?
Let's see. Okay.
And read who they're from in case they're watching. Our fans, our haters.
Katie Bunt, this one's for you. First video of yours I watched. I don't like the way you talk with your sister about her choice of getting this procedure. You should have been more nurturing instead of being a bitch. And basically jealous is what you're coming across as.
Well, Katie Bunt, I appreciate that, and I will work on my bitchiness in the future.
Katie Bunt.
We also had someone, I can't remember who it is, if you can see it on there, that said that Amanda should have started with her face instead of her butt. That was nice. I think that her face is perfectly fine. But...
I worked from the bottom up, so sorry guys.
Anyways, the point is we got attacked so much, and I guess when you have a video that has that many views, that happens. That's okay. You know, we're just taking it with a grain of salt, but
okay.
Oh, you've got another one.
Bite size 88. You said her getting lipo and a butt lift is vain, but yet you have a video of you getting Botox. How vain are you?
Busted.
You can't call the kettle black and stop being a hating hypocrite and hop your little piggy self on a table and get you all the money you spend on that makeup. There you go. You spend too much money on makeup. You're vain and you're a mean sister and a bitch. That's what she is.
That's basically the review that we got back from this. So anyways, leaving on that note, the jealous, bitchy, vain sister will now log off from my channel. And I know this is an unusual type of video that I do, but it was so requested. So I hope you guys got the information you were looking for. Maybe we've given you some new material that you can criticize, and we'll look forward to reading those comments by all means.
Poke fun, poke away.
Like, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want.
If you want to see more videos of us doing some stuff together, we can do that too.
And you know, I look atrocious today, so I'm sure that there's a lot that you can critique about this
Sunday. Look too bad today.
She's good today. I'm having it. This is like my Sunday. I'm kind of cleaning up and tidying up around the house. But she came over, and while she was here, I wanted to grab her and address and do this update Brazilian butt lift. So thank you so much for watching.
And I am getting my teeth fixed, just so you know. I will do a video with her with my braces.
I was waiting. We want to do a video on the braces because we were getting ceramic braces. I only have my top ones on. My bottom ones still have to go on, so I was going to wait till she got hers. And we were going to do a video about adult braces and how YouTube made us buy them.
If there's so much, yeah, exactly. I'm getting braces because of you guys. I sat so depressed crying after all the comments in the video. No, I'm kidding.
Not true, but it could happen. You have to think before you make such hurtful comments. But on that note, Brazilian butt lift was a success. If you want to do it, get it done. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.
Bye.